For Liverpool then, was that maybe their best performance of the season against Aston Villa? And for you, is it a case for Arne Slot, who's just back to basics? Let's kind of use as many title winners as we can, where we can, and just put forward our tried and tested players?
Yeah, I think that was something I mentioned a few weeks ago, to try and almost go back to sort of last season and just add a couple of the signings in there. So I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Obviously, Ekitike played. I don't think there was too many more really in the team in terms of signing wise, and that's not so much a criticism of the players who've come in, but maybe you could look at the manager and say, maybe has he put them all in too much at the start all together as well? And you go back to sort of Jurgen Klopp's time, a lot of the players there, I think of Andy Robertson. So we're talking about Carragher. I'm finding it tough initially at Liverpool. Andy Robertson didn't really play for the first 2 or 3 months at all. He got, bled in a little bit, as I say, gradually. Fabinho was the same as well in central midfield position. So maybe a lot of it has come maybe a little bit too early for all of the players who have signed for the club, and maybe they could have been bled in a little bit later, and maybe that's what he's going to do now over these coming months.
What do you think happens when Isak's back fit then?
Ekitike has to play now. I could totally understand it's not easy, and this was always my reservation about buying 2 strikers for that much money who both play in the same position. It's very difficult to see a Liverpool team, or any team really, get 2 strikers on the pitch unless maybe you're playing 3 at the back. It's not easy to do that. And so I understand him trying to get Isak in the team, even though Ekitike was doing well, because he's a great player. He's got to get him fit, and he's also played a lot of money for him. And my mind boggles going forward how this is going to work. But right now, Ekitike's got the shirt. He's playing really well, and it'll probably do Isak a little bit of good if he's not so much out the team, but maybe builds his fitness up more in training than rather than the games right now, because obviously a lot of fingers are getting pointed at him, and it means Ekitike's got to be on the bench, which is not right at the moment.
I guess it helps to come.
No. I was going to say, I was surprised at that. Arne, we just had a chat with Ryan, and he spoke about his dad's been telling him to shoot more. What have you been telling him?
Hopefully other dads say the same then against other players. What did I tell him? Nothing specific. I didn't tell him to shoot more, but he's been in and around the box a few times more now. But the main thing he needs to do, of course, is set up our attacks and organize the rest defense. But once in a while, he can be a help offensively also, and that's what he's done a few times already this season. And yeah, this weekend he had a little bit of luck because it was a deflection. Because if Ryan has to shoot with his left, I wonder if his dad tells him to shoot with his left. But the deflection meant that it led to a goal.
What update can you give us at the moment on Isak, Frimpong and Alisson and their respective recoveries?
That they're all 3 not available for tomorrow.
Any timescale as yet?
Jeremy and Alisson will both also be not available for Sunday, and with Alex we have to wait and see. Definitely not starting on Sunday, but Sunday, yeah. But maybe he can be involved in the squad, but he's still not training with the team, so we have to wait and see.
After the win over Villa, how pivotal a moment could this be in the season, do you think? Obviously with Real Madrid to come and a place in the top 8 at stake, but also the fact that you've got Manchester City, and whether that comes into any of your thinking ahead of this game against Real Madrid?
No, the Sunday game is not in my thinking when it comes to the lineup for tomorrow, because there are, I think, 4 days in between where we've had a lot of moments this season where there were only 2 days in between. Like tomorrow, but that is maybe for the first time this season. For the opponent we face, it's the same. So many other times when we only had 2 days rest, we faced a team that had a week rest or 3 days rest or 4 days rest. So for tomorrow, that's exactly the same for both teams. So the lineup for tomorrow will have nothing to do with what happens on Sunday. The good thing is that we won on Saturday, but yeah, that was about time, I would say, for us to start winning a game of football again.
And obviously it could be Trent's first return to Anfield. I just wonder, I mean, Ryan said that he's going to give him a hug. What kind of reception will he get from yourself, and what kind of reception do you hope that Anfield gives Trent as well?
No, I can only tell you what kind of reception he gets from me. I have great memories on the player and on the human being. He was our vice captain. He was my vice captain last season. I have memories working with him. were only positive. And I have memories when I was watching him in front of the television, which are only positive as well. I can remember multiple great moments of him wearing the Liverpool shirt. So he will get a warm welcome by me. And let's first wait and see if he's on the pitch tomorrow and how our fans will react. I have no clue how that's going to be. But he gets a warm welcome from me, that's for sure.
It helps to come back into a team that's winning as well, right? And in good form.
But where does he come back in?
Yeah.
I've been, I knew this would happen. I knew this at the start of the
you're going to
season.
talk about that later, I'm sure. A huge game in the Champions League tomorrow. Liverpool up against Real Madrid. Of course, all the talk in the build-up has been about Trent returning to Anfield. And what have you made of his start to life at Real Madrid? Because I think he started just a couple of league games.
Well, he's found it tough just through injury, really. And you've got to remember who, not so much the guy he's replacing, he was coming up and going to compete for a position, up alongside, a legend, Carragher for Real Madrid, won numerous Champions Leagues. I think he scored in the Champions League final a couple of years ago as well. So he's a special player, special character, but he's just got an injury as well, which will help Trent in terms of getting games. But I think they've been using Valverde at right back a little bit like the way Liverpool using Szoboszlai at right back at times this season. But so Trent will eventually get his head at right back now with the injury to Carragher. But I'm not sure it will be at Anfield. I think he'll be on the bench.
OK. You looking forward to it, though?
I am. It's a great game. Real Madrid came last year. Yeah. Liverpool had a great result. They'll want the same again. Xabi Alonso came last year with a different team by Leverkusen. Liverpool got a great result again. Seems so long ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hi, Ryan. I just wanted to start on the goals this season. 3 goals that you got so far. No goals last season, and 1 Premier League goal, I think it was, in your debut season, albeit you scored in the Europa League and you scored in the Cup as well. So what's changed for you in front of goal so far this season?
I think I listened to my dad more this season. He always said to me, you have to shoot more, shoot more. And this season, you see what happens also in the game against Saturday against Villa. I shoot and it got deflected, so I have to shoot more. And that's it basically.
So what more has your dad been saying to you then?
Sorry?
What more has your dad been saying to you, given that him telling you to shoot more seems to be working?
I know.
Has he said much to you? Has he congratulated you on your goals anyway?
Yeah, of course. He watched every game. Obviously, I have so much conversations with him on what I can do better and everything. So I listen to him a lot. And also this season.
After the win against Villa, though, how pivotal a moment do you think this is in the season? Because obviously, with the win over Madrid, you can draw level on points with them in the Champions League, but you've also got a massive game in the Premier League against Manchester City coming up as well.
Sorry again?
How pivotal a moment do you feel this could be in the season? Because obviously a big game in the Champions League for top 8 hopes, and a big game in the Premier League to look forward to against Manchester City at the weekend.
I think every game is important. Obviously, we play against Madrid, and if we win, it could be good for us. But we go game by game, and I think we should focus tomorrow on Madrid.
And obviously, you could play against a former teammate in Trent Alexander-Arnold. What kind of a reception will he get from you guys? What kind of a reception can he expect from the fans, do you think, as well?
From the friends, I don't know. But when I see him, he's obviously a friend of mine, so I will give him a hug, of course.
Have you had any messages with him?
No, not a lot, not yet. So it's nice to see him tomorrow.
Jamie Carragher praised Liverpool for finally breaking their losing streak with a confident win over Aston Villa, calling it a much-needed response after a tough run of form. The Reds look sharper, more composed, and back to playing the kind of football fans expect under Arne Slot. Carragher highlighted the renewed energy and focus across the team, crediting Slot for restoring belief and balance just in time for their crucial Champions League clash with Real Madrid. However, Carragher also touched on the ongoing striker dilemma facing the manager, insisting that Hugo Ekitike has to start after his recent performances and impact off the bench. He believes Ekitike's pace, movement, and directness could be the key to unsettling Real Madrid's defense. With Liverpool's momentum returning and a European showdown on the horizon, Carragher says Slot's next lineup choices could define the Reds' season.